Well, what a moment for Multan Sultans. It's the third time that they've made the HBL PSL final. The last few years have been magnificent for them. And what a complete performance. It was clinical, it was special, and it was just at the right moment. Just a quick reminder of how things went for Multan and Lahore Qalandars. Multan posted 160 for 5 in their 20 overs. Pollard with that 57 in just 34 balls. He was the top scorer for them. And in response, Lahore Qalandars were bowled out for 76. Sheldon Cottrell was the main wicket taker for Multan Sultans, taking 3 wickets. Osama Mir chipping in with some. It was overall an all-round performance by Multan Sultans, and they are now in the finals. What a moment for Multan Sultans. Like I said, it's the third time that they've made the HBL PSL final, third consecutive time. And you talk about performance, delivering it just when it matters. That's what we saw from them. It was well led by this man on my left who's joined us in the studio, Sheldon Cottrell, amongst the wickets, and been joined by Alan Wilkins. Sheldon, well done. Firstly, just initial thoughts on the fact that you guys have reached the finals of the HBL PSL.
I mean, playing the final of the PSL is a wonderful thing. Making the final, I should say. I mean, we have played as a team. We have rallied around the captain. It's a wonderful feeling. The boys are happy. All the smiles in the dressing room right now, and it's well deserved.
Well, you were the leading wicket taker for Multan Sultans today. Took 3 wickets. Just talk us through that process. What you were thinking in terms of how to bowl in these conditions.
Most definitely. I mean, I watched the first innings. I saw the bowling. My thing was just to pitch up the ball and try to swing it, and it has done so, as you can see. And once it's swinging, I just try to keep it simple, get the ball in the right areas, and let the ball do all the work. And I'm going to finish with my salute.
That salute. I mean, we have to talk about that salute. I mean, we can't let you go without that salute celebration. And where does it come from?
I do have an army background. I was in the Jamaica Defence Force, and it was just to show my appreciation to all the soldiers around the world. We know the hard work that you put in away from your family, and it was just to show my appreciation.
So you said just then, Zainab, that you watched the first innings. You bowled from the other end. Shaheen bowled from the far end. You bowled from this end. Was that because it wasn't swinging for Shaheen?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that comes with a little bit of experience,
yeah,
to tell you the truth. So my thing, I was speaking to Mushi before the innings, and I told him that I don't know which end to bowl from. And I told him that I was going to watch Shaheen bowl the first over and see where to bowl from. So he bowled from that end. He didn't get any swing, so I decided to bowl on the opposite end, and I did let it off.
So you decided just to bowl with this on virtue with the same grip, just keep it up and just keep it full and swing it.
Yeah, most definitely. When I saw that it started swinging to the rough side, the ball started swinging to the rough side, I just go with it and try to keep it as simple as possible.
Now back to the celebration. If you did take a hat-trick in the final, I mean, would that be a double salute? What would it be? Would it be the whole length of the pitch salute?
I don't know. Hopefully, let's see how it goes. Inshallah.
Inshallah, you're learning all the right words.
Yes.
Hopefully, all the right words. Hopefully, with all the local boys that you're surrounded with. What's it like to be sharing a dugout with them? Obviously, it's a good mix, and it looks like Multan Sultans is a team that really enjoys their cricket.
I mean, it's as I said, it's a wonderful atmosphere in the dressing room. The boys are really upbeat. They treat the overseas player just like locals. I mean, sometimes they even try to talk to us in their language, but I mean, it's all fun. And it's all smiles in the dressing room, to be honest.
But you look like a side tonight with a lot of structure. Looked like everyone knew what they wanted, what they had to do. It looked like Andy Flower's stamp was all over it tonight.
Most definitely, the coaching staff in general has been really good. I think the boys has rallied around the captain. We all understand our game, and is at the end of the day, it's just execution for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You spoke about how you're rallying around the captain, and we spoke to Andy Flower on what kind of a captain Rizwan is like. I mean, is he somebody who's very authoritative? Is he somebody who sort of speaks to the team a lot? I mean, which category would you put him in as a player?
As I said, once he's the type of captain. If you know your game, he's gonna let you do. He's gonna let you do you. He can be authoritative, yes, with all that moving around and stuff. But I mean, he's relatively a calm, cool person. He doesn't talk much. I just think he's a wonderful captain, to be honest.
And just watching Kieran Pollard out there tonight, I mean, that's the Pollard we've come to love and know, isn't it? That's the Pollard you've watched over the years. He's a dangerous customer, isn't he?
Most definitely. It's always a sight seeing Pollard seeing Big KP, as we call him in the Caribbean, on the go, hitting massive sixes. It's always a good sight.
You're going to bowl the same in the final?
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Well, we're expecting a lot more salutes from you in the final. Well, we're hoping that you get those opportunities because Multan Sultans has done so well. Thank you so much for your thoughts. I'm going to let you go. And, you earlier heard about Kieran Pollard. He's also our master blaster for today.
Well, Kieran Pollard set out his store, and he does what he does best. He goes down the ground. If anything's loose, if anything's short, he will jump on it and punish bowlers. 57 from 34, and even the quick boys went straight down the ground. This was Pollard at his best.
Well, Polly is gone, and now I've been joined by Waqar Yunus. Waqar bhai, let's talk about Multan Sultans, because right now we're just talking about the fact how good they've been. Sheldon Cottrell, what a performance by him. Overall, just they looked like a good team.
They looked a very gelled team. I mean, and all the jigsaws in the right place also. They make the right changes, bringing Cottrell in. I thought that was the trump card you played. And on this pitch, they read the pitch better because, at one stage we were all criticizing the way Rizwan was playing. And I think they had a clear plan that this pitch is not a 200 pitch. We probably need 150, 160, and that'll do for us. And that's exactly what happened. And when you have players like Pollard, David, they can really change the game in an over or two. And they needed one big over, and that's what they got from Shaheen, who's, we know that how good he is at the end, but when Pollards get going, it is hard for any bowler.
Wilco, questions on Lahore Qalandars. Are they heavily dependent on Fakhr Zaman and Shaheen Shah Afridi to fire for them?
Yes, they are. And also, Rashid comes into that mix because he's a world-class player, but Shaheen so often sets the tone, Zainab. He takes more wickets in the first over. He's taken more wickets in the first over of an HBL PSL match than any other cricketer, and he didn't take one tonight. The ball didn't swing tonight. You just heard Sheldon Cottrell saying he didn't swing it tonight, which is why he came on from the other end. Maybe he should have gone to the other end. Didn't swing, so he didn't have the X factor from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Then, when they batted, Fakhr Zaman didn't happen. So when those two giant talisman men of Qalandars cricket don't pitch, it's a tough game for them.
It is a tough game for them, and they surely have to reflect on where they went wrong, because they'll have another chance, they'll have another go, because they were in the top two. And on that note, it's time to have a look at the stat attack. Well, not the most pleasant numbers there for Lahore Qalandars. It's the third worst, lowest total in the history of the HBL PSL. And the first one also belongs to Lahore Qalandars. It was almost reminiscent of the old Lahore Qalandars that we've seen in the past. Multan Sultans are in the finals and will be celebrating tonight. Lahore Qalandars are going to be reflecting on where they went wrong. We'll take a short break and we'll be back just in a bit. What a day for Multan Sultans. Then Pollard, though, right at the top, set it up for Multan Sultans. He was leading with a bat 57 in just 34 balls. He's our player of the match.
Pollard at number 5 or number 6 is the most dangerous batsman in the history of T20 cricket. He's got so much experience. He hits it hard. He goes long way. I mean, half of his bat, it travels to the boundary. These boundaries are not big, remember that. And all these shots he played was just superb.
It's just when you see Pollard in that kind of a mood, Wilco, I mean, you know how dangerous he can be, his contributions in the field, the kind of catches he's taken. He's just a valuable addition to Multan Sultans.
He's always in the game, Zainab. He's always in the game, and all the years I've been watching him play, I've always, along with a lot of other commentators, wondered why he hasn't batted a little bit higher. You know, he's batted franchise cricket all the year round, and he goes in so late down the order because he's a finisher. But this was a time today where he had time to set out his stall and still smash 57 from 34. It was a great innings. And as Waqar says, he hits the ball so hard, you could have a 120-yard boundary, still clear it.
And I also think, you know, the captaincy from Rizwan was a lot better than what we've seen from Shaheen. You know, sending him up the order before David, I thought that was a smart move. And then the way he changed his bowlers also, not bringing Usama Mir till sort of late, and you know, I'm asking his pacers to do the job for the team, and they did it beautifully, didn't they? Yeah,
I think it also helped in that Qalandars were 3 down for 19. Yeah, and you can be a bit more attacking in your captaincy there. But I like, you see, Rizwan's busy behind the stump. He's busy. He's like an air traffic controller. He's doing things here. But by doing that, he's making sure that everyone's in the game, and he's making, because you know what it's like as a bowler, you can look the other way. You're not looking at your captain, but you've got to look at Rizwan. If you take your eye off him,
because you never know what time is he going to say, okay, come and bowl.
That's right.
We're talking about Rizwan. One thing is for sure, he's extremely switched on, and because we're talking about switched on, our switched on moment of the day belongs to Sheldon Cottrell's second over.
Left arm seamer. I mean, what do you look for? You look for that swing which normally Shaheen gives, but this time around it was Cottrell. Cottrell bowled in a perfect area for this pitch, which was offering a little bit of assistance to the pacers. His ball was cutting off the seam and picking up this wicket. This was a very crucial wicket, don't forget it. Abdullah Shafiq is such a dangerous batsman. We've seen him play here many times, and you know, the way he was swinging the ball, just nipping around. It's the area where he bowled, isn't it?
Now, I've got to ask you, Waqar, another thing, just on Anwar Ali. I know we're talking about the bowling performance and how Sheldon Cottrell was good, but that ball to Fakhar Zaman, I mean, it's only appropriate that I ask you this question. What did you make of that ball to Fakhar Zaman?
I think it was the delivery of the game, I would say, because it just landed in the right area, and we all know that Fakhar struggles when the ball comes in, and it didn't swing. It didn't swing. All what happened was just ball pitched, and off the seam it just deviated a little bit. This pitch had grass patches especially around the cracks, and every time the ball hits those green areas, the ball sort of shooted. And that's what exactly happened, you know, crack as well as grass on it. That means it can deviate anyway. It is difficult in T20 cricket when you're looking to attack and something like that happened.
He's right, because the ball didn't swing. Anwar Ali got it absolutely perfect. He could have landed it on a, what's the smallest coin here? A pace? What's the smallest coin?
5 rupees. 5 rupees.
Right. You landed on a 5 rupee.
Yeah.
That's what it did. And it just came back, what, an inch?
Yeah.
If that. And that's all you needed. There was a gap between bat and pad. Found it hit the top of off stump. Perfect.
Who can tell better than you? You were just snipping around.
Well, that's what he's on about. And that's exactly what Anwar did. Great. It was a great delivery.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, it's just nice to see from a Multan Sultan's point of view that it's not just Ihsanullah who's amongst the wickets. And it's not just Abbas Afridi. The other men are also stepping up. Somebody like Osama Mir, 2 for 12.
Yeah, well, and the point that Waqar made was that he was held back in the bowling order because Rizwan saw how well his seamers were bowling. So he thought, well, I've got a leg spinner here. I'll just hold him back for a minute. But this bowling unit tonight came of age. It came of age, it's finely tuned, and they're in the final, and they look so dangerous. Abbas Afridi and Ihsanullah, the 2 leading wicket takers in this tournament. In this tournament. Yeah. So, and you've got this great support act, so I think it's brilliant.
They are rather looking like a dangerous side. I know a lot of people spoke about Lahore Qalandars and how good their bowling lineup is, but all of a sudden, it seems Multan Sultan has got everything together going into that final, and they look like a very, very strong side to beat. All right, on that note, we'll take a short breather. Back on the pitch side show, and Multan Sultans winning today by 84 runs. They're also the finalists for the 3rd consecutive time in the HBL PSL history. And now I've been joined by Bazid Khan. Baz, Qalandars को क्या हुआ या मुल्तान सुल्तान ने क्या ठीक किया, दोनों जवाब दे दें।
कलंदर्स को एक आधी परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी तो जायज़ है ना, वो तो करते हैं।
पुराने कलंदर्स याद आ गए। पुराने वाले
नहीं, कुछ इश्यू ऐसे लग रहा है कि जैसे ही बैटिंग बाद में आती है तो मुसीबत ही बढ़ जाती है, और जब बैटिंग पहले आती है तो लगता है कि इससे बेहतर टीम ही कोई नहीं है। बैटिंग का प्रॉब्लम है, वो चल ही रहा है। अगर आप इनके टॉप 3 देखें तो टॉप 3 ही शफल हो रहा है। ये काफ़ी देर से पूरे HBL PSL 8 में ये चल ही रहा है, तो वो सॉल्व नहीं होएगा। मैच इनको बॉलिंग ही जिताएगी।
Right, you heard it from Bazid Khan. मैच लाहौर कलंदर्स को बॉलिंग ही जिताएगी। बैटिंग में जो है प्रॉब्लम्स नजर आ रहे हैं, स्पेशली इन दैट टॉप ऑर्डर। काफ़ी शफलिंग होती रही है, बट बिकॉज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट लाहौर कलंदर्स, इट्स टाइम टू हैव अ लुक एट द विकेट्स।
दिस वन जस्ट वेंट अक्रॉस, स्विंग नहीं हुआ, तो वो जो लेग साइड पे मारे थे तो आउटसाइड एज हुआ। उसके बाद ये बॉल अच्छा हुआ। HBL PSL में लेफ्ट आर्मर्स नए बॉल से इतने ज़्यादा आउट कर रहे हैं, रिव्यू पता नहीं क्यों लिया उन्होंने। ये मेरा ख्याल बॉल ऑफ द मैच था। आमतौर पे बॉल बाहर निकलता है इनका, ये थोड़ा सा अंदर आया। शाहीन शाह अफरीदी इस शॉट पे हम कम ही बात करें तो अच्छी बात है। उसके बाद ये शायद ये सम अप किया है उनकी बैटिंग एफर्ट को, ये लाहौर कलंदर्स की, मतलब खामखा ही रन आउट हो गए। उसके बाद तो प्रोसेशन लगी। इट वाज़न्ट एट एनी स्टेज दैट वी फेल्ट दैट लाहौर कलंदर्स वर इन द गेम। जो भी उन्होंने शॉट मारा वो फील्डर के पास गया, और पाकिस्तानी सॉइल पे लोएस्ट एवर टोटल एनी टीम इन HBL PSL, और लाहौर कलंदर्स के पास ये भी अब रिकॉर्ड। लेकिन इट वाज अ गेम व्हिच दे विल वांट टू फॉरगेट इन अ हरी।
Well, everyone contributing towards the wickets in that Multan Sultans column. Cottrell leading the way for Multan Sultans, but then Anwar Ali, Abbas Afridi, everybody else chipping in with a couple of wickets to bowl Lahore out for only 76 runs. Well, we're talking about fast bowlers. We've seen plenty at display in the HBL PSL. We've got Haris Rauf, Shaheen Shah Afridi on the other side, Ihsanullah from Multan Sultans. Let's have a look at the fastest delivery, and that belongs to Haris Rauf.
ज़ैनब, आपने बात की कि ये फास्ट बॉलर्स का दिन था, विकेट भी शूट कर रही थी, और पेस की जब भी बात आप करेंगे हारिस का नाम सबसे आगे होगा। एहसानुल्लाह भी आज थे, सोच रहे थे कि इनका शायद आज कहीं ना कहीं मुकाबला होगा, लेकिन नहीं।
Well, when we're talking about the overall performance of Multan Sultans, they were good with the bat, they were great with the ball as well, but they were also great in the field. Abbas Afridi features in our safe hands for the day.
जब ये हवा में गया तो लगा ऐसे कि शायद उसामा मीर का कैच है, इन बिटवीन थोड़ा सा उन्होंने उनकी तरफ देखा भी, लेकिन ब्रिलियंट इन दी एंड डाइविंग फॉरवर्ड, और वो रुक गए थे तो जजमेंट में भी प्रॉब्लम थी बिकॉज ही वाज लुकिंग एट उसामा मीर के शायद उसामा मीर विल कैच दिस, बट ही मेड श्योर दैट ही हेल्ड ऑन ब्यूटीफुली.
अच्छा, अब सवाल ये उठता है और ये दोनों की तरफ डायरेक्टेड है, बट बाजत मैं आपसे पूछूंगी, शाहीन शाह अफरीदी जो प्रमोट हो रहे हैं, ये एक तो ये किसकी डिसीजन है, एंड डू यू थिंक इट्स द राइट डिसीजन? कि पहले मैच में भी हमने देखा था कि उन्होंने अपने आप को बैटिंग में प्रमोट किया.
नहीं, आज तो नीचे आए, वन डाउन आना चाहिए. मेरे ख्याल उनको टाइम चाहिए टू बिल्ड हिज. हाँ, मेरे ख्याल उसकी अपनी ही डिसीजन है. ही डज फैंसी हिमसेल्फ एज एन ऑलराउंडर, लेकिन मुझे नहीं समझ आ रही कि क्यों कर रहे हैं प्रमोट. मुझे नहीं समझ आ रही कि उस वक्त वकार भाई बैठे हुए थे ग्रीन रूम में तो कह रहे थे एक बॉल पे आउट होगा या दूसरे बॉल पे आउट, पहले ही बॉल पे कॉटरेल के आउट हो गया. तो वो ऑलमोस्ट उस सिचुएशन में ऐसे लग रहा था कि वॉकिंग विकेट है, क्योंकि बॉल स्विंग हो रहा था.
जी
बिल्कुल सही है, और मैंने सही कहा था, गलत तो नहीं कहा था. क्योंकि तो जैसे बाजिद कह रहे हैं ना कि बॉल स्विंग हो रहा था और उस सिचुएशन में आना, आई थॉट इट वाज अ पुअर डिसीजन. लेकिन यू नो लाहौर कलंदर से आप इस तरह की कई दफ़ा चीज़ें एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि ऐसी चीज़ होएगी. आई होप उन्होंने इससे आज के इस मैच से और इस चीज़ से सीखा होगा, और आगे आने वाले मैच में जो इम्पोर्टेंट मैच हो गया. अब एक टाइम आप हम सब यही बात कर रहे थे, दे आर द फेवरेट्स. अब आर दे द फेवरेट, अब ये सवाल हो गया है. सो आई मीन इस तरह के मैचों पे आई थिंक थोड़ा सा बी केयरफुल अबाउट व्हाट दे डू.
just on their batting as well, फ़खर ज़मान के साथ you mentioned कि कोई उनको ओपनर नहीं मिल रहा, जो कि एक स्टेबल ओपनिंग पेयर नहीं मिल रहा, but then also कामरान गुलाम, हुसैन तलत, बीच में भी शायद उस तरह की contributions नज़र नहीं आ रही.
So अब देखें ना, अब्दुल्ला शफीक भी बीच में मिक्स में है, कामरान गुलाम भी मिक्स में थे, और आज जो ओपनर्स खेले वो भी हैं. So that top three is not settled. The other thing that's hurting them is they've depended a lot, मतलब पिछले कई सालों से on डेविड वीसा. उसकी बैटिंग फॉर्म इस सीज़न उतनी अच्छी नहीं है. उन्होंने इनको कई ऐसे मैच जिताए जहाँ पे आप सोच रहे थे कि मैच हाथ से निकल गया. तो दैट ऑल्सो इज़ एन इशू. सो क्योंकि वो डेविड वीसा भी नहीं रन्स कर रहे, तो फिर आपको टॉप ऑर्डर ज़्यादा नज़र आ रहा है कि यार यहाँ से रन्स नहीं हो रहे, क्योंकि नीचे से भी उस किस्म की कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं आ रही जिस तरह डेविड वीसा पहले लाहौर कलंदर्स को खुद ही मैच जिता देते.
देखिए, इनिंग्स तो अच्छी खेली हैं, फ़खर ने अच्छी इनिंग्स खेली है, 100 रन भी किए हैं. अब्दुल्ला शफीक भी अच्छा खेले हैं मैचेस में. बट ये है कि आप टोटली डिपेंड उन पे नहीं कर सकते, टोटली फ़खर पे डिपेंड नहीं करते. जहाँ विकेट थोड़ी ट्रिकी आएगी, जहाँ पे बॉल थोड़ा मूव करेगा, फ़खर क्योंकि जिस तरह के वो बैट्समैन हैं, जिस तरह की वो खेलते हैं शॉटें, वो आप डॉजी हो जाएंगे. फिर आपको ना थोड़ा सा होगा कि ये आया, विल ही मैनेज ऑन दिस पिच और नॉट. सो यहाँ पे इनको थोड़ा सोचना पड़ेगा कि इनका जो दूसरा ओपनर है, मे बी अब्दुल्ला शफीक इज़ द आंसर, कि उसको ऊपर भेजें. वो ऊपर अच्छा खेले हैं, तो आई एम नॉट श्योर कि आगे जाते हुए लोग क्या डिसीजन करेंगे. लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि ये पिच जो आने वाले मैचेस में पिचेस जो होंगी वो इस पिच से बेहतर होंगी. हम लोग वो वापस उन्हीं पिचों पे जाएंगे जहाँ पे बड़े स्कोर हो रहे थे.
सर, काफ़ी चीज़ें हैं जो लाहौर को सॉर्ट आउट करनी है. अपनी बॉलिंग, अपनी बैटिंग में बैटिंग ऑर्डर है, एंड देन ओपनिंग पेयर भी है, मिडल ऑर्डर भी है. सडनली बाकी टीम्स जो है, जो कि एक बात हो रही थी, उनकी स्ट्रेंथ्स ज़्यादा सामने आने लगी हैं. बट disappointing for the fans though, who came to watch this game, who came to support Lahore Qalandars. We'll hear about them after this break. Well, disappointment for all the Lahore fans. They came out in huge numbers. We've seen packed houses across the board in this tournament in Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore. But today was not a day that they particularly enjoyed. It's time to hear their thoughts in the ringside view.
आज का मैच जिस तरह हारे हैं, आगे तो मुश्किल ही लग रहा है मुझे लाहौर कलंदर का अगले मैच के लिए भी. जिस तरह वन साइडेड मैच हुआ है आज.
मैं अमेरिका से हूँ, मैच देखने का बड़ा मज़ा आया. आज सुबह ही मैं लैंड हुआ और फैमिली ने टिकट्स लिए हैं, इट वाज रियली एंजॉयबल।
केवन पोलार्ड ने बहुत अच्छी बैटिंग की है कि मीन्स के उसने, जब आप समझ लेंगे डेंजरस पॉइंट पे थी आपकी मुल्तान की टीम, और उसने इतनी अच्छे तरीके से मुल्तान को लेके चला है।
शाहिन की परफॉर्मेंस अगली दफ़ा इंशाल्लाह इससे अच्छी होगी। आज थोड़ा सा वो शायद थोड़ा सा ठीक नहीं खेल पाया, लेकिन अगली दफ़ा ये इससे अच्छा खेल के जाएगा और मैच विन करवाएगा।
Multan played very well, and Ihsanullah was awesome, and Sheldon Cottrell, he was awesome as well.
हमें अफसोस हुआ इस बात का, लेकिन इंशाल्लाह हमारा दोबारा भी मुल्तान से ही होगा मैच और हम ट्रॉफी लेके जाएंगे। सेमीफाइनल हमारा ही है इंशाल्लाह। लाहौर कलंदर जिंदाबाद।
It's a true Lahore Qalandar fan saying दोबारा जो मैच होगा वो मुल्तान से ही होगा, which is what happened last time as well, that Lahore lost शुरू में और बाद में फिर फाइनल में उन्होंने हराया. Okay, we're talking about this game. Plenty of masala during the game as well. Let's have a look at the masaledar moments of the match.
Here come the playoffs. Rizwan just lobs it back. It hits Fakhar Zaman. He chalks for a single. Very much within his right. But
come on, man. That's
yeah, also having a word. Everybody getting involved.
ये किस किस्म की बातें एक्सचेंज हो रही होती हैं वकार भाई? यू बीन आउट इन द मिडल, तो क्या सलाम दुआ चल रही होती है?
नहीं सलाम दुआ नहीं, यहाँ तो फिर भी बहुत बेहतर था। आई मीन ये तो बड़ा कामली उन्होंने सारी चीज़ें हैंडल की। इससे बड़ी बड़ी चीज़ें होती हैं, बड़ी गाली गलोच भी होती है। अब टेंस मैचेस में ऐसा होता है, लेकिन आई थिंक ये जैसे बैज ने कहा ना कि वो विद इन हिज राइट्स था कि सिंगल अगर वो लेता है तो दैट्स सिंगल, यू नो। लेकिन स्पोर्ट्समैन स्पिरिट को अगर देखा जाएगा तो ही शुड हैव ran that run.
लेकिन अच्छी चीज़ है,
अच्छी चीज़ ले लेना चाहिए।
हम तंग आ गए थे कि सब आपस में वेरी
जप्पियां तो नहीं खत्म हो रही।
अब जब प्लेऑफ्स आए हैं तो वाकई इनको मतलब ज़रूरी है मैच जीतना, तो वो नज़र आ रहा है। अगर आपको याद हो ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज में शाहिन शाह अफरीदी ने वार्नर को बोल्ड किया, वार्नर को, और वार्नर ने ऐसे उसे जप्पी डाली, वो मजा नहीं आता।
लेकिन जप्पियां तो पहले मैच से पहले इधर भी चल रही थी,
लेकिन मैच में नहीं चल रही।
इमोशंस तो आएंगे, अगर आगे आप जाएंगे तो यू नो इमोशंस दिखेंगे।
अच्छा, शाहीन ने अपने इंटरव्यू में ही मेंशन दैट यू नो दिस हैज हैपेंड बिफोर एज वेल, दैट लाहौर कलंदर्स हैज एक्चुअली लॉस्ट at this point in time in the HBL PSL, and then they've gone on to win against the very same team, Multan Sultans. So दोबारा भी ये हो सकता है? वो तो मतलब उनसे तो लग रहा था कि वो कहना चाह रहे हैं कि ये दोबारा होगा।
नहीं, हो तो सकता है, होने को तो हो सकता है, लेकिन अगर इस किस्म की बैटिंग करेंगे या इस किस्म की परफॉर्मेंस इस इंटेंसिटी से खेलेंगे तो फिर मुश्किल है। लेकिन बात यह है कि वो लाहौर के क्राउड को भी जानते हैं, वो चाहते थे कि कदाफी स्टेडियम में एक और मैच खेलें। अगर वो आज जीत जाते तो एक मैच कम हो जाता ना, तो एक और मैच खेलेंगे।
तो अभी लाहौरियों का आपने इंटरव्यू में देखा नहीं, सुना नहीं है, जहाँ पे वो कह रहे थे कि अभी हमने दोबारा खेलना है। और उम्मीद की किरण जब तक होती है ना, थोड़ी बहुत नजर आ रही हो, तो लाहौरी हमेशा यू नो जिंदा दिल हैं, तो उम्मीद से रहते हैं।
सबसे ऑप्टिमिस्टिक फैंस लाहौर कलंदर्स, बिल्कुल,
इसमें कोई शक नहीं है।
ऑलराइट, वी आर टॉकिंग। अच्छा ये बताएं, मुल्तान सुल्तान्स तो पहुंच गया, बट एक और मैच भी है, इस्लामाबाद वर्सेस पेशावर ज़ल्मी। उनमें से कौन सी टीम आपको बेहतर लग रही है?
देखिए, हम बात करते हैं इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है, बहुत तगड़ी है, लेकिन मुझे शक है कि जैसे पेशावर ज़ल्मी आखिर में पीक कर रहे हैं, वो मुझे लग रहा है कि शायद ज़्यादा डेंजरस।
पेशावर ज़ल्मी का एक और इशू आ गया ना, बस आई डोंट नो यू देखा कि नहीं, लेकिन वो प्रॉब्लम ये है कि उन्होंने 5-6 चेंजेस की थी पिछले मैच में, जो वो मैच जीते हैं इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड से। तो क्या वो वहाब को वापस लाएंगे, क्या वो दूसरे प्लेयर जिनको उन्होंने ड्रॉप किया, कि उनको वापस लाएंगे या उसी टीम से खेलेंगे जो जीत गए? सो ये दिस इज अ बिग प्रॉब्लम फॉर देम।
एंड ये जो है इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड खेल रही है पेशावर ज़ल्मी से, एंड मुल्तान सुल्तान्स तो ऑलरेडी पहुंच गई है, एंड लाहौर कलंदर्स विल प्ले द विनर of that match between Islamabad United and Peshawar ज़ल्मी. Just a quick reminder that the HBL PSL is still pretty much on, and we've got an important game tomorrow. Remember, whoever loses is out. It is the eliminator one, Islamabad United taking on Peshawar ज़ल्मी. थैंक यू सो मच वकार भाई, बाजिद भाई, आप सबको जो है मुबारक कि आप घर जा रहे हैं, अपने अपने घरों में सोने जा रहे हैं. होपफुली वी कैन गेट अ गुड नाइट्स रेस्ट बिकॉज कल हम दोबारा आएंगे. वी विल बी बैक टुमारो एंड कल का मैच बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ज़ल्मी टेकिंग इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड. एंड उसमें ये ऑब्वियसली एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है दोनों टीम्स के पास, लेकिन जो टीम हारेगी उसके पास दोबारा अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं है. दैट इज ऑब्वियसली द एडवांटेज दैट लाहौर वर्सेस मुल्तान हैड. मैच मजे का हुआ. मुल्तान डिड रियली वेल, लाहौर नॉट सो मच, बट दे हैव अनदर अपॉर्चुनिटी. बट हम आपको दोबारा से कल मिलेंगे इन येट अनदर एनकाउंटर, बट वी लीव यू विद सम सुपर मोमेंट्स ऑफ द मैच.
असां मिठे बोल बुलेंदे आ तां यारी तोड़ न भैंदे आ साकू शौक दिल को जीतने दा असां यार दे जित मनेंदे आ तक मेरे सोहणा पिछा हट मेरे सोहणा तक मेरे सोना मुल्तान आ गया.
Oh yes, that's got to go. He's got 2 in the over.
Oh yes, Anwar Ali.
असा खेड वखावण आए हाँ मैदान च आओ ते साई मुल्तानी गेम में आए हैं डाडा शोर मचाओ ते साई तक मेरे सोना सुल्तान आ गया.